Kedarkanta has a little bit of a complex origin story because it goes back to the very early days of India Hikes when we had just started. We had started India Hikes in 2008, 2009, and we are talking about 2010. Even in 2008, 2009 when we had started, it bothered us that there were only 2 seasons to trek in our country, which was the summer and the autumn. These were the only 2 seasons. If you have to even precisely put it down, May and June, little bit of September and October, mid-September to mid-October. That's it. This was the entire trekking season of the entire country, and we started questioning it. Why is it that people don't trek in winter? And we wanted people to trek in winter. In fact, prior to even this exploration of Kedarkanta, we had a winter camps going on in Manali and this thing, again with the same thought of combining winter and bringing out the greatness of winter in our country. But when we would speak about winter trekking to our people around us, people would laugh at us. What are you saying? Who treks in winter? Do you know how cold it gets? It's not like -1 or 2. It goes to -10, 15, 20. Snow is up to your head. Nobody treks in winter. In fact, we all go down from our villages to our second home, which is closest to the city, all of us. There's nobody left in these villages. So let's not talk about winter trek. But we were very persistent. We wanted winter trekking to start happening. And we started talking to our local people. At that time, Rupin Pass was one trek that we did, which had started gaining popular. And so the people who were associated with the Rupin Pass trek, we started talking to them and we said, look, can we do a winter trek around here, around your villages? Because at that time I had heard of this Kedarkanta trek, and how I heard of it was also very accidental, where the village folks who were working along with us, they would say, sir, कभी आ जाओ, हम जाएंगे, वो पीछे एक पहाड़ है, उसके ऊपर मंदिर है, हम आपको दिखाएंगे, बहुत अच्छा व्यू है. That's all. They would talk it about a backyard trek, where हम bear bhakri, we take our sheep to graze, come along with us, it's very nice. One day, one extra day we have, we'll just go and do it and we'll come back, you'll love it. That's how they used to talk about it. And when I proposed to them that can this trek be converted to a winter trek with multi-day trekking, they laughed at me. They said, what are you saying? We don't go there, it's winter. You know how much up to your neck you'll have snow. And I said, okay, if you're saying so, let's not do it then. Then after a few months, because that thought kept going in my mind, because it was very ideal, after having seen the trek and some photographs of the trek, I thought it was very ideally suited for a proper winter trek in our country. It had a summit climb, it had good, possible campsites and so on, and water was available. So I told them again, can we do it? I said, नहीं सर, बहुत बर्फ रहता है, नहीं हो सकता, हम कोई नहीं जाते उधर. And again I insisted on it, and when they saw that I was very serious about it, they said, okay, if you're telling us so much, we'll mount one expedition, let's do it. Come in the last week of December, let's attempt it. So we said, okay, let's do it. And we put together a small team of our own trekkers and said, let's explore the Kedarkanta trek. And this was in the winter of 2010. And we landed up in the village called Sankri, and we started doing the trek. And lo and behold, we were actually able to camp, we were able to cut through the snow, we were able to go to the summit, and we came back in another direction, and we actually successfully completely did the trek. And it turned out it was a 4-day trek with 3 days of camping, and it was one of the most beautiful moments we have had in our lives. It even beat the summer trekking that we did, and we said, why haven't we done this before? And we said, we have to launch it. And that's how we launched Kedarkanta as our country's real winter trek, a multi-day trek where you're going from one camp to another. It's not like you're going from one place to another. And that's how, but in initial days, Kedarkanta was not as popular as you see it today. Hardly anybody wanted to do winter trek because there was a stigma around winter trekking. बहुत ठंडा है, ये होगा, बर्फ है. It took almost 3 or 4 years for Kedarkanta to catch up. But once it started catching up, the ball started rolling. And today Kedarkanta is the most popular winter trek of our country. But it all started in 2010 when we explored it, documented it, and brought it out. So that's the story of Kedarkanta.